Hey guys, it's Christian. Welcome to this new video. There has been a lot of confusion lately in regards to where do I find which Juniper training resources. There are the vLabs, there are the all access passes, there are the communities, the forums, and in this video I'm going to be going through all of the resources that Juniper currently has to offer and hopefully give you some guidance on where to find your information and how to proceed on your career path. So without further ado, let's get to it. If you're new to Juniper, the very first thing that you should check out is the Juniper OpenLearning. This will help you if you have no experience at all, or maybe you already have your CCNA and want to look at Junos for a little bit, or forever, like I did. But that's up to you. You can get completely started for free with this training. Like, go to the OpenLearning page or search for OpenLearning on Google and start your training. All you need is an account that you can create with a few simple clicks. And as I said, there are courses for CCNA to JNCIA, the JNCIA Junos, Cloud, Security, Mist AI. Also, I recommend you to look at the Mist AI. This is a very hot topic right now. The JNCDA or the JNCIA DevOps if you're into DevOps stuff. You can also earn a discounted exam voucher. So if you score 70% or higher on the voucher assessment test, you get a 75% discount for your first exam. 75%. Talk about Black Friday, right? That makes it $50 an exam. Well, that is something that you should definitely take. If you scroll down the page, you will see the technology introduction courses like getting started with networking, with cloud, or with Wi-Fi, and also the full OpenLearning schedule. Simply click on the link and it will guide you through all the courses that are available through the OpenLearning. Maybe you also want to start with Abstra, data center automation, Paragon Active Assurance, WAN automation, 128T SD-WAN, or Nuta Atom, multi-vendor automation. All of these courses are available for free as well. Simply click on this and it will guide you through all the courses that are needed in order to know about these technologies. And that is something that I really like. If we go down to the certification resources and click on that, we can simply click on Certification Overview. This will lead us to the certification landing page. So everything there is to know about certification is here. Choosing your track, preparing for your exam, registering for your exam. Even if you've never done that, simply click on it. And as you can see, there are a lot of certification tracks that you can tackle. Like I said, the JNCIA level is completely free. For the S and for the P, there are a lot of options available, as you can see. On the additional training resources, you also see the learning bites that a lot of you liked. They are not gone, they are still there. You also see the DayOne Books and the Elevate community, the YouTube channel and the tech library. If we scroll down even further, we can see the OpenLearning class schedule. You can see there are class schedules for nearly every location, being it APAC, AMER or EMEA. A lot of proctors answer your questions here in exam preparation guides, or what I'd like to do, show you EVE-NG or other cool stuff that you can do with Juniper gear. So this is a great point to see all the OpenLearning class schedules and register for them if you like. A lot of you might have already heard about something called the Juniper All Access Training Pass, or AATP for short. What is the AATP? Well, first of all, I think it's the greatest pass in the history of any vendor. The AATP gives you access 24/7, 365 days to every training that there is that Juniper ever released or will release during the period that your AATP is active. You've heard me right. A full year for not even $6,000 for all trainings, every video session, every training material, every lab guide, every prep session, everything. As you can see, 24/7 access to the on-demand videos. You even get the JNCIE certification preparation things, the self-study bundles for all the tracks. And currently I'm doing the ENT, and let me tell you, these self-study bundles for the expert, they are worth every penny. So at first it might seem a bit high, that you might think, okay, but 6 grand, that's a bit much. Let me tell you, in the first year that I had this, I spent 75k in courses. But I had the all access pass, so my boss only had to pay the 6 grand. So that wasn't even a discussion when I asked him to renew. So as you can see, all of that, what I've just marked here, is something that you get with the AATP. And if you're colleagues, if you have 10 or more, you even get another discount. And you even get a written certification voucher exam. That's just wow. You simply want that. Go to your boss right now. You know I'm not a fan of this right now bullshit, but if you don't have an AATP, convince your boss you need it, and it will be worth every penny. And as you can see, all the courses are updated regularly. So as you can see, the Cloud Fundamentals got an update 90%, or the Junos Evo, for example. Let's say you want to do that. Okay, it has been updated. 82% is new. Wow, that is really a lot. So all the updates are also for free if you have the AATP. But what if you say, okay Christian, I get it, it's a great deal, but I just want to know something about Junos Evolved. Nothing more. I don't want all the other awesome courses, I simply want one. What can I do then? Do I have to spend 6 grand? Well, obviously not. Obviously, you can still access and purchase every course separately. And for some courses, that might seem like a tempting thing if you just need one specific course. But that is still something you can do. No one forces you to purchase the AATP. In fact, let's do it. Let's click on the Junos Evolve course. Let's take a look at that. You will get redirected to the page where you can select the date and, oh wow, 2,850. Okay, this event is closed, but if you would want this, you would spend nearly 3k for just this course. If it's a specific course, go for it. But if you have more courses, then you can immediately see, okay, we're already at 3 grand. 6 grand is the AATP. You know what I'm saying, right? Actually, what I'm doing here, I went to Google and Googled for the ADCX, so the Data Center Fabric with EVPN vXLAN. And let's have a look how much this is worth. Wow, 1,670. So we're now at, what, 5k, roughly? For 6k you have all the courses and you've purchased 2. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. The AATP is worth every penny, and I haven't seen a vendor doing something similar. Because obviously, Juniper gives away a lot of money, if you think of it this way. Now, one of the favorite resources that I'd like to visit is the Juniper vLabs. The vLabs are a great place if you don't have an EVE server for yourself, or GNS or whatever. If you say, okay, I simply want to spin up a Junos device and test some stuff, vLabs is a great way to do that. And again, it's completely free. So you can simply spin up, let's say, VSRX or VMX and just test some stuff on it. Simply need a Juniper account, but in most cases you already have one, or you can create one for free. I am linking this in the video description. Once you log into the vLabs, you will be greeted with this little standalone topology view. So the Junos DayOne plus experience book, you see all the lab blueprints that it has to offer, the versions that it uses, and so on and so on and so on. And for every topology, this exists. You will also see what to do in the sandbox, like look at something, explore something, configure OSPF in that case, or whatever you want to do. There's also a bring your own device scenario that you can use. Or you can simply spin up a VMX, a VSRX, CSRX, a VQFX, or a VRR if you just want to test some things or verify a config. Or you can simply use the pre-built topologies, like the IP fabric with EVPN vXLAN or the Abstra fabric conductor. No need to do that for yourself. You want to learn more about RSTP? Get rid of it. Who said that? Yeah, RSTP is something that you can also lab. Security ones, netting, IPsec, route-based, policy-based, zoning, policies, all of that, all in the vLabs. It even has Junos PyEZ for automation. So if you want to get started with PyEZ, you don't need your own devices. You can do that with the vLabs. The vLabs are a great place to simply lab away. Juniper has something very amazing that's called the DayOne library. The DayOne library is basically, imagine it's your first day at the job and you need to do something like deploying a data center fabric with Apstra and Junos. And that is basically what the DayOne book series is. You get a lot of good content, all completely for free. Let's say you really need to deploy a data center fabric with Apstra. Simply click on it and you will be redirected to the PDF file. And there you have it, the complete book. Notice that I didn't have to log in. All of that is for free, you don't even need an account. That is something that you should definitely check out. There are so many topics that the DayOne series covers, it's amazing. As you can see, VMX up and running, routing in factories. In general, a lot of the newer stuff is in the DayOne library. Segment routing, that's a great thing. Or if you're new to Junos, the beginner's guide to Junos. That is something that I can recommend you, that I can highly recommend you. Where one of the smartest folks on this planet, they sat together in a room and then they said, okay, how can we bring people to Junos? How can we help them getting started, like the fundamentals, how to use the interfaces, and so on and so on and so on. And that is basically this book. So if you're new to Junos, I highly recommend this book. But let's say that you've already lapped up something and something's not working and you need help. What can you do? Well, there's the Elevate community, community.juniper.net/home. I will also link that in the description. This is the place where the old Juniper forums had been. So basically this is the community all about Junos. Like you can see some folks asking questions with boot loops or IPS license validity. There's the top contributors, shout out to the one and only Steve. And also some other links that you could use like Reddit, Slack, GitHub, vLabs. As you can see, everything is connected in a way. But let's go up and let's go to the answer sections. So if you need answers, simply click on answers. And there you have the communities. Let's go to switching, for example. You also have this security for routing. Sorry. And there you see the latest post discussions, strange behaviors, stuff like that. Like I said, if something's not working out the way it should be, you can simply go to the discussions and ask your questions. And there are so many people willing to help you. You're not alone with that problem. Maybe it has been answered, and we will guide you to the right direction. And if not, we of course also help you. You can also use the search bar to look for stuff that you might have seen somewhere. There's also the articles blog where they describe in a short blog style how a certain thing can be done. Like I did one in 2017, as you can see, on how to configure Q&Q between devices. That is a very old one for the EX3300 that I wrote, but there are a ton of other folks who also recently did some really good stuff. So again, you simply click on it and there you can see in the attachments you get topologies, you get the configs, everything to validate it for yourself. And that is a great thing if you need some specific setup, maybe even in your environment at your workplace. And like I said, this is just the switching. You also have that for routing, for security, for automation, for data center. There's a community for every topic out there. I also have some great news for all the Git loving folks out there. Juniper has their own GitHub repository. So if you, for example, want to know about how Junos EasyNC is coded, head over to the Juniper Networks GitLab and simply enjoy reading the code line by line, if that's what you want to do. Or if you simply want to see certain topologies, because a lot of that stuff is actually there on GitHub. Juniper is very active there, so Make sure to check that out from time to time, especially if you're into automation. And as you can see, you can simply download that or clone it or fork it or whatever you'd like to do.
So as you can see, a lot of resources are available. I admit that it's not very easy to find all of them, but that's what this video is for, and I know that the team is actively working on making this a better user experience, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment in the Juniper forum. You can also send me a DM and I will reach out to the team with the feedback. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, there will be a lot more videos soon. I have a lot of things prepared for the next year, so stay tuned. And thank you very much.